Hello, everyone. So, as you guys know, I recently lost to some shitter on Golden Pack. It was really annoying. And so, I've been working on how to counter Golden Pack since then. And I think I've figured it out. So, step one, you play Pack 2. Unfortunately, I know this is very disappointing for many of you that I've turned to the dark side, but, cringe begets cringe. If they play cringe Golden Pack, I have to respond in kind. So you play Pack 2. Let's get into this game here. You buy actually the same pets you would on Pack 1, because Pack 1 is overall better. Pack 2 just has a few tools later on in the game. Alright, the foppish doggies, you have to auto-pick doggies. So let's get into it. Alright, so pretty normal start here. My opponent, for some reason, has decided to take the worst pet in the game. Not really sure why, but if you're playing Golden Pack, you've already decided that you don't actually want to win, so I guess it makes sense. Gold efficient buy sell here, tennis ball, guarantee the fight win. I'm playing Pack 2, so if I have lives, I win the game. It's really quite as simple as that. Apple, yep. So, he's decided to not only keep the worst unit in the game, but also buy 4 of them. A bold strategy. Anyway, I do not see any good things to combine onto here. I decide these are not quite good enough and get rewarded. And so we go with this. I got very good triples here. So, buff some two pretty nice units. Get the puppy on board. Pretty good. Pretty good start. Now, nothing too crazy yet, but I don't upload to YouTube without very good reasons, so we'll get there, don't worry. So, actually lose this fight. The reason being that he, for some reason, still has Lytemare on his board. Now here, we have an interesting question. Do we trust the Droms? Now my good buddy Revolving Coke, who I shit on in one of my previous videos, has told me you should always trust the Droms. And so I decided to follow his advice. What the fuck just happened? Alright, whatever. Anyway, I decided to follow his advice here. And trust them, deciding not to freeze the Frigate Bird. I have been wondering if Frigate Bird is actually kind of good in this matchup because of that squid guy that I lost to. Every game Freeze hid squid, he won, and every game he didn't have squid, he lost. Very interesting correlation there. Also, Flea exists, so I was kind of wondering. But anyway, I decided to let the Droms do their thing. So as you can see, I'm handsomely rewarded. This is the best possible buff target, of course. The reason you don't see it on very many boards is because it would be unfair to the other players. So then I'm like, well, obviously, this is the best unit in the game, so I want to buff it more. How do I do that? And then I realize, of course, I can spend all my gold efficiently if I just pill the tar. I am a known hater of pill the tar, but I think it made a lot of sense here. Lets me have room for all 3 of these Droms, which lets me buff this unit even more. And the Droms know what they're doing, as usual. Really quite crazy how broken Droms are. You just have to keep hitting good units in the left side of your shop, which, if you're as good as me, pretty easy. So, for some reason, the worst unit in the game is still on his board, and now it's level 3. But, I don't think it would have mattered here. So, unfortunately, sacrifices have to be made here, and for the sake of spending some gold, I do decide to combine one of the Droms here. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Raise a pill in case there's a pangolin. There isn't a pangolin. I don't think it would have mattered anyway. It doesn't matter. There's no food I want. I don't think I would have even taken the pangolin, but whatever. He picks up one of the cringe guys, but fortunately, thanks to the Droms, my board is so much better that it doesn't really matter. So next up here, I realize, wait, I found another thing that can buff the shop. Since suddenly, this guy is even bigger. And I managed to find another thing. Now, I get excited here, but then I realize that there's a mosasaur, and I have a toy, so this is probably just better. And then I also make an interesting decision here, that 3 hoopoe birds? There's a bat on board? That seems pretty good. I'll take that over random roll. Seems fine to me. More importantly, it lets me spend all my gold next turn and make the sloth even bigger. Nice breakpoint, idiot. So next up, I play the turn pretty standard-like. I make sure to carefully calculate breakpoints here. I want the bat to be as big as possible while not being the biggest unit on my board, because then it will get fleed. And so, we buy the 2 hoopoe birds, and we buy the lasagna on the pie here, so now we can hatching chick the bat, and it'll take damage, and the flea will hit the other thing, which lets me preserve chili value while keeping both of these big units. And as you can see, it's the perfect breakpoint. Of course, I knew the bat would hit there, because of course it would. If you're good enough at the game, you can actually tell your bat what to do, and it'll just do it. An important concept for any burgeoning Pack 2 player. And so, of course, you don't get to see it on replay, but I see this gold breakpoint instantly, of course. Just sell, buy, sell, buy. You know, easy stuff. Just do the math in your head. It just works out. And yeah, I'd say this is a pretty above average board. Notably, the best unit is the biggest unit on the board, as one would expect. And we get into here. Nice macaque. Nice durians, idiot. Yeah, just another day, you know? This guy didn't get to do very much, but you know, the other board was just too bad. Sometimes these things happen. Anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I think this was a very fun game. I think it was very informative on how to defeat Golden in the future. Freets, if we play again, you better watch out. This is gonna happen to you next.